People are literally making up stuff to fit an agenda because they don't have the mental capacity or maturity to digest, diagnose what actually happened.
Charlie Kirk's not actually dead.
What?
What the fuck are we talking about?
So Erica Kirk, you're saying,
I'm alleging.
you're alleging, is a child ringleader?
She's in on it.
And Charlie didn't
So,
die because of
possibly.
that?
No, so she's was basically his handler.
Before we get back to the show, I want to tell you guys about Shinergy. If you're tired of energy drinks that spike you up, make you jittery, and then crash you later, Shinergy is built differently. Shinergy Day gives you clean, steady energy and focus with natural caffeine from green tea. Shinergy Night helps you wind down so that you can rest, you can wake up clean, not groggy. It's a simple day and night system made with natural ingredients, no sugar spikes, and no synthetic stimulant overload. Go to SynergyLife.com and try it for yourself. Better energy, better rest, better rhythm. This encapsulates, I think, every single person that's even in my DMs and comment section talking about this Charlie Kirk thing. The trial is coming up, y'all, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to try to get you as much information and accurate information. Man, look, if it ain't, the shoe don't fit, you ain't finna catch me at the trial witnessing this, and then I come back and say, yeah, it was all good, and it wasn't. It's not going to happen from B. Tatum. I'm going to give you the truth. And common sense tells you a lot of this, but let's see what these people have to say. And this gentleman's name is Caleb Hammer, and his show is kind of funny. I think he gives financial advice. I thought it was all staged, but I guess these people are real. There's really people that go on the show knowing they finna get smoked, and they do it anyway. Now, here's an example of people that follow the people that you know who they follow with this outrageous conspiracy stuff. Roll the clip.
Charlie Kirk's not actually dead.
What?
What the fuck are we talking about?
Well, it's conspiracy theories.
Someone's killed my marriage out here.
Yeah. He doesn't really agree.
I don't know. I saw some videos a lot on Twitter that day.
What day? Oh,
When
yeah.
Charlie Kirk
Okay,
died.
that's fake, though. So
You saw some people
did
die,
you-
probably. Did
Yeah.
that look like death?
No.
Well, it's questionable.
Oh,
It's questionable,
It's-
dude. I've seen people shot. I've been part
You've
of
seen
shootings.
movies. Does that
in
look
the
like
real
death?
world,
That looks more
like
like death than
movies.
the
I don't
Charlie
think
Kirk.
movies are like.
But it is.
I'll put it to you this way. You
Can
look
I
at
talk?
when you look at this situation, right? First off, a man shooting a shot that far away
A man,
has to
he
be
was a child.
has to be very, very, very good. I'll
Maybe
tell
he
you
got
that right
also
now.
just very lucky.
But the bullet that was supposedly used would have blown up his
I'll
head.
say this. I was an expert shooter in the military. I scored perfect every single time I've shot a weapon in the military.
The blood
300
didn't
yards,
even stain
25,
his
54,
clothes.
whatever, right?
So where is he? Why would he do this?
So he's so there's
Here we go.
theories.
Here we
So
go.
there's
Talking
theories.
about,
Okay.
there's retardation. I don't think there's theories. There's what we call retardation. It's where people are literally making up stuff to fit an agenda because they don't have the mental capacity or maturity to digest, diagnose what actually happened. So they rather live in a fantasy world of conspiracies. You know, when that gentleman said, I'm a shooter and I shot in the military, thank you for your service. But I also shot perfect score. I was on the SWAT team in Tucson Police Department. Perfect shooter, 250 on the handgun and perfect rifle shooting. So I'm a proficient shooter too, and I was on a team with a bunch of dudes that knew what they were doing, snipers and everything. There's a thing called possibility and plausibility. Is it plausible that a 308 won't blow through your neck like a piece of paper? The plausibility of that is very low. The possibility of that is a foot. That means that it is possible. It's a very low probability, but it's possible. And I think people got to understand the difference. Just because it's unlikely don't mean it didn't happen. And if you believe it didn't happen, then you need to have an alternative theory or some evidence to back up why it didn't happen. This is the crux of the case in Charlie Kirk's thing, is the 308. And I understand people's questions. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the autopsy, you have to look at the murder weapon, and you have to look at evidence that's presented, and you have to come to a conclusion of, maybe I have to look at the fact that this is possible because we have no other alternative evidence. Let him finish.
So he can either his wife, Erica Kirk, was in on it, or like in on the conspiracy, and she's in hiding with
So we
him.
got some Candace watchers.
Or yes, 100%. We know.
Okay.
We know. Okay.
We know.
But
You
we
think.
don't know. No.
You think.
We don't know. No. But we know.
It's called a think, not a know.
No, we know.
I just want
So
to get sued.
So either his wife, because she's got ties to child trafficking. She does.
Based off of
The work she did with children. She was kicked out of, what was the country? She was kicked out of the country for it. Yeah. So
That country.
you got to know this, dog.
it was like Slavia. Where is it? What was
Slovenia?
the country? No, there was a country that she did like
Ukraine?
Was it Ukraine? No, it wasn't Ukraine. Don't look at me like that. I'm legit. Like
we just name all the.
I'm just waiting
Easter
to get
I know.
or
I'm
something.
trying to remember the country, but she was kicked out of a country. She was doing like adoption work for little kids that don't have parents, and they were going missing, and so she was kicked out of the country.
Y'all, this is what the comment section sound like, right? People, they come up with these things and they go, Erica Kirk was in on it. I don't know how she was in on it. I just think she was in on it. Then they have to create another theory because they have no evidence and they have no motive. So they got to go, she was a part of a sex trafficking ring. Where is this happening at? Yeah, people say it, but there's no real tangible evidence that she was a part of any of this stuff. It's people that's taking a little bit of truth here, a little bit of truth there, and they put it together and make a theory. Because if they ever tried to present this to court or anywhere, people would laugh them out of the courtroom. You cannot, in a world that we live in that's reality, you cannot make astronomical, outrageous claims without evidence, or you will be including in a lawsuit somewhere because you defamed somebody because you heard from something you heard. All right, here's another clip. It gets crazier. Roll it.
So Erica Kirk, you're saying,
I'm alleging
you're alleging,
Oh, now you're alleging.
is a child ringleader,
she's in on it.
and Charlie didn't
So,
die because of
possibly.
that.
No, so she's was basically his handler, and
Okay.
either there's two different theories. Okay, so either she was his handler, he found out about all her bullshit.
Aren't they just like a classic Christian couple like y'all?
No,
Oh,
Everybody
no.
thinks.
Isn't that kind of what he was preaching?
Well, in the video where he's being shot, it wasn't actually him. It was a hologram.
Oh.
There was a trap door. There was a trap
Trap door.
and
But
hologram
you don't
got,
actually believe this. You're just having fun with this.
No, I believe this. I believe one of two theories. That's one of the theories. I don't believe he's actually dead.
Okay, and the other theory would be.
Well, I've got.
Well, now I understand why you guys can't talk about things because you guys are like scary with your
Talking about the
brains.
trap door that you think's
Well,
there.
so yeah, the door. There was a trap door. They covered the trap door up, right either that night or the
Who's
next day.
they?
I don't. That's the cover-up people.
The cover-up people.
Yeah, the cover-up people. What would you call them? I don't know. Like
I don't know. Just like who
Associates?
are they? What's the reasoning?
The CIA.
So where is he now?
In hiding.
She thinks it's
Why?
Guantanamo Bay.
Why
I
would
don't
he
think he's
want to
in
hide?
Guantanamo
He was
Bay,
very
But
successful.
there are people because
Why
they were
would he
going to
wanna
kill
be
him.
hiding?
They
Well, I
were going
will
to kill
say
him.
some of his
And it's all part of the plan.
Israel.
What plan?
Israel.
The plan with Donald Trump and all. So it all plays into each other.
Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
So we are under a military operation right now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Were you a part of this?
No.
Okay, I think he might have some insight if this was a thing.
So all of these
shit.
things, like the Charlie Kirk stuff, like the celebrities, all of it
Dude,
goes.
she's batshit insane. You married her?
Let me tell y'all, like y'all think this woman, God is my witness. When I'm in the comment section, people literally sound just like this. They just make up stuff. It was an exploded microphone. There's an autopsy that has already been done on the record. And let me just tell you this. We'll find out in the trial, but the defense is, I almost will guarantee you guys that the defense is not going to make this argument. They are not going to argue that Charlie Kirk was killed with an exploding microphone. They're not going to make the argument that there was a trap door. They're not going to make an argument that somehow there's another murder weapon used. The argument is going to be sympathy. They're going to try to humanize Tyler Robinson. They're going to try to make it seem like he was not in his right state of mind, which means that it wasn't something that was as grossly negligent or as grossly murderous as we know it to be. They want to make it seem like over time he was manipulated and he was going through a hard time and he was influenced by this Lance Twiggs person, and this is not his character and who he is, not so he can be found innocent, it's so they can have sympathy so he don't get the death penalty. That's what this is about. The defense is not going to argue that it's not his gun. The prosecution is saying we have DNA evidence of his DNA on the gun, the rounds, the etching. They found evidence at his house when he was living with Lil Twigs. They got him admitting to it. They got him talking about doing it on Discord. They got witnesses who saw him on the roof shoot Charlie Kirk. They have surveillance video of him getting on the roof, jumping down from the roof. They have video surveillance of him running behind a house, dumping the gun, running out to the street. They have all of that evidence. They have video of it. He was identified by his own parents. He turned himself in at the assistance of his own parents. So the defense is not arguing any of these things, y'all. The reason why they didn't want to televise is because they want him to have an opportunity for people to have sympathy on him. The defense knows if this is public, it's going to be quite obvious that this kid is a nut. They want to remove the death penalty. The judge said no. Why do they want to remove the death penalty? Because they don't want him to get the death penalty when he loses this case. Okay.